What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we have the final review on the late model NASCAR modified dirt track race car, and haven't done a video in a while. Been wanting to do this video for quite some time, but well, I had COVID, and yeah, that was fun. So couldn't make a video for you guys, but here we are. We had the final, and this thing is actually very cool. This is a very cool model. This is 100% 3D printed. And I wasn't sure how, because I don't know about these cars too much. I don't really watch these modified, you know, dirt oval track race cars. But this thing's actually really cool. So just in case you're wondering where I got this, I'll leave a link in the description down below for you to download and for you to print yourself. I looked online. I don't think there's no one that's printing this particular model. So if you want this particular model, you are going to have your own. You have to have your own 3D printer and print it yourself, because I don't think nobody's selling it. And no, I'm not going to sell it either. I'm not going to print it and sell it because, well, this took about 3 prints, and I only have 2 printers. So it took some time to print, but this thing looks amazing. Now, when I printed this, I was not so sure. Like, I thought my printer printed this body so cockeyed, because I can see it's so flared out over here, it's flared in over here, it's down here more than up here on the side of the body's raised up. And you know, I thought my printer's like, oh my gosh, what my printers do. And then up here it's all curved up, but that's how these cars are. And I talked to one of the guys about hobby shop, because he races, well, he used to when he was younger, these type models, and he said, yeah, that's how they're supposed to be. You know, the wheel fitment looks weird. He said, if you're not into these race cars, yes, the wheels look super weird, like how the wheel placement is. I thought it was like all cockeyed, but that's how they are. It's just it's very interesting. It's so quirky looking, but that's how these things are supposed to sit. And so let's go ahead and show you what we did to it. So of course we did the Budweiser paint scheme. I thought it'd be pretty cool. I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do a paint scheme. And of course I looked online and tried to find some ideas, but the one I want to do, like a Budweiser type deal here. So what I did is I printed the Budweiser logo, the bottles, anything Budweiser related, I printed myself. I got some decal paper from Amazon, and I have a laser printer, and I just size up the decals, or the picture of the, you know, the Budweiser decals and stuff, size them up and all that good stuff, and print them out. So they actually turn out a lot better. They turn out really good for printing it myself. I never really printed decals myself, so first time experiencing it. Of course, I could have went to STS Decals and get them printed, but I know he's pretty busy, and it might took me probably almost a month, if not longer, to for him to get to me. So I figured I didn't want to wait that long, so I just printed myself, and it turned out pretty good. It turned out really good. Of course, we did a 2-tone paint job. Did the white. This is just plain white, and then the red is actually from Splash Paints. I forgot the name of it. If I find the name of it, I'll put it on your screen. But it's like a nice red. It's a really nice, you know, not too light of a red, but a little more darkish color kind of red. It looks nice. It's more like a Budweiser red, what I'll call it. And then all the other sponsor decals you can see on here, Coca-Cola. All these are from Slicks Decals. I went to Slicks Decals and, you know, just kind of blasted some decals. So again, I didn't really replicate this, you know, as I didn't really copy a car. I just kind of like wing it a little bit. So I just kind of just press the decals wherever I think it will, you know, make sense. And that's a cool part. You know, if you're doing one of these cars, you know, there's no decals out there. Nobody's making decals for these, because, you know, you don't make a kit of it. So there's no point for, you know, decal companies to make decals for. So just have fun and just plaster it. Just plaster decals, plaster sponsor decals, you know, whatever you want to do. Just try to make it look, you know, kind of like a race car, but it looks weird, and who cares? I mean, but it turned out pretty good. We've done it like this before, and I think it looks pretty good. First time doing it, my own like race car type deal, you know, not actually using a, you know, instruction sheet where the decals have to be at. So yeah, it looks good. Bus bar, you might be wondering what that is. That's actually a bar we have here in town. It's actually really good, so I figured, yeah, I have put out bus bar, so it looks pretty cool. That's the font and stuff, so very cool. So, and also on the car you might see these rivets. I printed these ribbons. These are also 3D printed. Those do not come with the car kit, so you do have to buy those separately if you want. And because the real car actually has rivets, because the front clip is actually made of plastic, and they're just bolted on, you know, because for easy repair. So that's pretty cool. We got the tires on there. They got them kind of muddy. I did do this car kind of like, you know, like muddy look, because I want it to look like it's actually been used. I want it to look like it's actually you know, probably after the race. Not too muddy, because these cars don't typically get covered with plastic or mud. Just little spots on the side, and you know, on the tires obviously. The back wheels, back wheels, we did the wheel covers. The front ones I kind of wanted exposed, just kind of, you know, so people can see the wheel and stuff. But again, you can have all 4 wheels covered. You can have none of them covered. You can just have the front ones covered. Whatever the team feels like doing, you can do it. So I just did the front ones exposed and the back ones covered. You know, kind of makes sense, you want to call it. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. And then, yeah, like I said, more mud over here. This side will get most of the mud, because when they're sliding or turning left, their wheel is turning right and stuff. And this side of the car is cornering, and you know, this side will get more mud. So did one more mud. The mud I used was actually the MIG, you know, right there. So very cool, and just kind of plaster on there, and you know, rubbed it with a Q-tip and you know, paintbrush, and just kind of scrub it until you're happy. And you know, very cool. Then of course up here, we're not too muddy because it's kind of clean up top, but we just did some dust. We did dark earth pigment for the dust on the tires, and you know, basically on the entire body. So very cool. So the chassis, I'll put some pictures on your screen. Chassis, just did a nice basic dark aluminum from Splash Paints. I was thinking of actually doing it red, but I think red would be a little bit too much. So I was like, yeah, let's bring it a little bit. So we did dark aluminum from Splash, and we got it all weathered. I literally just got a bunch of the Tamiya Panel Acid color. I took this off and just used a paintbrush and just dab a huge glob of it and just kind of plaster all over the chassis, because these chassis aren't typically clean. They're really just kind of a bunch of black wash. I mean, the teams do pressure wash them. They do put them on a lift and pressure wash them, but I just wanted that bunch of shadow look, so you can kind of see back here. It looks cool. The Panel Acid color really accents it and looks really nice. These little bracings here are just to support the body. Those were actually printed, well, the original ones were, and they're as the same thickness as the chassis. And the body supports for the, you know, to support the body, they're not actually that thick. They're not as thick as the chassis frame, obviously. So what I did is cut those off, and those are actually like what are you, steel rod I bought from my hobby shop, and they're really thin, because the real cars, one of the guys I talked to, he said those things are literally as tiny, or as skinny, my bad, as your pinky finger. He said they're super skinny. So obviously I want a more scale look, so I cutted the kit ones out and just glued on the you know, the metal ones on there. So they're a lot more skinnier, and they look more accurate. As you can see when it comes around, you will see I'm really skinny. So you can see the chassis, there they are. You see those little guys, really skinny in there. So, and we paint those black. So very cool. So I'm glad how that looks. The interior, very basic. Only thing you have separate is the interior. It was the steering wheel and the seat. Back of the seat we just did aluminum. The cockpit interior, you want to call it, we did all aluminum as well. We put some dirt and mud in there, like he's getting in and out, because where they're at, it's dirty. So it's dirt, you know, they're stepping in dirt and stuff. So we're coming in the car, it's dirty. We did a yellow seatbelt harness, and then of course for mine I did a little net here. You don't have to, a lot of them don't have it, but I figured put a little net there. Some have it, some don't. So that's just mesh I just had from other kits laying around in my bin over here. So very cool. So let's go ahead and go under the hood, and we'll put some pictures on your screen of the engine and stuff. We got the engine fully wired and plumbed. I wanted to really plumb this thing, so we got all distributor wires in there, battery lines, coolant lines, brake lines, the power steering line. We got everything in there. I want it fully covered with wires and stuff. like these actual cars are. So we got that in there. The kit engine is very simplified. Only thing to separate is literally just the filter and the exhaust. That's it. The the water pump was molded in, the valve cover was molded in, the belts and pulleys was molded in, everything's molded in. Just the just the exhaust and the filter was molded separate. That's it. And then of course you do have your radiator and stuff. But yeah, very nice. You just, you know, once you wire it, the engine actually looks really nice and really accurate to the real car. Just a small block V8, you know, really nice, and it's just very cool. So that's pretty much about it for this build, guys. I mean, it's really awesome. Again, like I said, it's all 3D printed. And if you want to do this, I'll leave a link to it in the description down below. Again, you do have to have a 3D printer for you to buy it, then print it up yourself. Like I said, I don't think no one is, you know, selling this exact model. I know Jay's Resins is selling a late model, but it's not this particular version. It's a little bit different body style, but very close to it. But this particular body style, this particular kit, again, no one is selling it. As long as you do have a 3D printer, go ahead and buy the file and print it up yourself. It is really awesome. The kit is amazing. It goes together super good, and I'm really happy with it. I might actually do more in the future with different paint schemes and stuff. So very cool. But alright guys, that's it for this video. Sorry if my voice is a little off and I'm kind of snuffling, because I'm still, you know, kind of recovering from my sickness, but hopefully it's not too bad. But alright guys, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, and until my next video, we'll catch you guys next time.